Couples who know this secret remain in the honeymoon phase forever. To keep your relationship afloat, you'll need more than a wonderful date every now and again. In fact, according to Dr. Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages, the secret to lasting love, mastering love languages, is the key to a long-lasting relationship. In 1992, Dr. Gary Chapman published The 5 Love Languages. He introduced the phrase love languages to explain the fundamentally varied ways we express and receive love in that famous book. And in many cases, one of the partners or the spouse is expressing love, while the other partner's preferred language for receiving love differs from the partner's expressing language. Imagine if the woman speaks Spanish and the man speaks Japanese, and the woman says "I love you" in Spanish, while the man does not speak Spanish. So she may tell her partner 1,000,000 times that she loves him. The partner or the husband does not understand that language of love. As a result, even when she is shouting at the top of her lungs, the guy believes that "my girlfriend never loves me." He hasn't, however, mastered the language of love in Spanish. We're not talking about human languages here. We're talking about love expressions. So, according to this book, there are 5 different languages of love that we should all learn to identify. As a result, if our spouse screams in one language, we should recognize that it is their language and embrace it. He also claims that it is quite normal for the language in which you offer love to differ from the language in which you receive love. You want to give in one language and get in a different. This is the standard or default situation. That what you do when you're in love and how you display love are often not the same. As a result, the purpose of today's video is to go through the 5 love languages. These 5 love languages aren't just for romantic purposes. You may use the love languages to demonstrate your appreciation for coworkers, friends, and to show your spouse that you care. 1. Quality time. People who have quality time as their love language feel the most loved when their spouse actively wants to spend time with them and is always willing to hang out. They are especially fond of it when active listening, eye contact, and complete presence are valued as relationship markers. This love language is all about giving your undivided attention to that one person without interruptions like televisions, phone screens, or any other outside disturbance. They have a strong desire to spend active time with their significant other, whether it is having vital discussions or participating in enjoyable activities. 2. Gifts. Gifts are a simple love language when others offer you visual expressions of affection and you feel cherished. It isn't about the monetary value of the thing, but rather the symbolic meaning behind it. This personality type understands and appreciates the gift-giving process, including the thought and consideration, the purposeful selection of an object to represent the connection, and the emotional advantages of receiving the gift. Gift givers prefer to receive something, both tangible and memorable. The goal is to offer them meaningful gifts that represent their values rather than your own. 3. Physical touch. Hugging, snuggling, being intimate, or just placing a caring hand on someone's shoulder are all examples of physical touch. People who require physical touch desire to be hugged, cuddled, and shown PDA, or public displays of affection to feel loved, and to communicate their love for those they care about. If you are feeling lonely and lost because you have not been physically near a loved one, you require physical touch. You have a persistent want to be near persons you care about, and you show your affection for them by hugging, massaging, and even sitting close to each other. 4. Words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are verbal cues from others expressing their love and concern for someone. Words of affirmation may also be praises and reassurances that externalize inner affection. People who require affirmation need to hear from the people they care about on a regular basis, and they need to hear out loud what the other person is thinking in order to feel loved. If you find yourself continuously needing to hear from your loved one for reassurance, you need words of affirmation. People seeking words of encouragement may also want praises, since this is how they feel most loved. 5. Acts of service. You cherish when your spouse goes out of their way to make your life simpler if your love language is acts of service. It may be as simple as bringing you meds when you're sick, making your coffee in the morning, or picking up your dry cleaning after a long day at work. People who feel that deeds speak louder than words will appreciate this love language. People on this list, unlike those who want to be told how much they are loved, desire to be shown. These people treasure doing minor and large tasks that make their life simpler or more pleasant. Typically, people have one primary and one secondary love language. It's crucial to understand them so you can ask for what you need and show your partners, friends, and coworkers love in the way they like. Understanding your love language is one of the most significant things you can do in a relationship. If you don't have this knowledge, you can overlook your partner's beautiful and caring behavior. Unfortunately, this may lead to a vicious cycle of resentment, which might result in divorce or separation. Take the time to learn about your own and your partner's love languages. If you truly care about and respect them, you'll be better able to address your partner's emotional requirements now that you've gained this knowledge. Consider how you prefer to offer and receive love. Ask yourself, how do I convey affection when I want to? Do you have the ability to prepare a delicious meal? You might also send a thank you text or purchase tickets to a show. The manner you show your love can often reveal what sort of love you value the most. Consider what makes you feel the most loved and cared for. Do you feel the most connected to your spouse when they assist you out, or do you seek physical contact? Consider all of your previous relationships, both romantic and non-romantic. You may also find out what your primary love language is by taking this 10 to 15-minute test. And once you've done that, share your findings with your spouse to assist them to understand what makes you feel valued. While it's crucial to understand your own love language, it's as crucial to understanding your partner's. The way most of us communicate love is through our unique love language, which causes relationship issues. When you understand your partner's love language, your love emotions are not lost in translation. When you make a commitment to understanding someone else's love language, you put their needs ahead of your own. Dr. Chapman's theory is based on this key principle. Couples should work together to learn their spouse's love language, rather than attempting to persuade their partner to learn theirs. Both persons should ideally wish to show their love in a way that is important to the other. That's all for today from Brainy Facts. Thanks for watching.